Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are at the next topic, that is the Endgame Studies explained. We are at the 74th position of our topic. Today we have got a king and pawn endgame, which is not very difficult. It's white to play and win. Let's get started with the position. If we look at this position, it will be very easy to solve the position if we use the elimination method. Like we have the candidate moves here, so only 3 are there. If we can see, there is b3, b4 and king b8. So if we try to eliminate them one by one, try to understand what black is doing, finding the correct move would be very easy. Let's say white plays kb8. Okay, so we can eliminate this by just locating or identifying black's threat. After kb8, white goes b4. When cb, kb5 is just strong game, the king will collect the pawns. And after kb8, b4, c4, there is the move b3. See this line, kb8, b4, c4, b3, and suddenly we see that white is in serious trouble. The king will come to c5, c4 and kd3, c2, b2, and the pawn would be taken and black will win. So this will be a forced draw after the move b4 comes. So this leaves us with only two choices, b3 and b4, and as per the rule, we should always push the pawn one step, because here white should keep a reserve tempo in his hand, because black is going to get the opposition. So suppose white plays b4 here, we notice that this line is also easily eliminated, because now black keeps on taking the opposition. There is no way that white will get rid of this position. After kb8, kb6, kc8, kc6, kd8, kd6, king e8, ke6, king f8, kf6, kg8, kg6, there is no respite for the white king. It's not able to escape. And after the move c4, b into c4, we see that the black queen is coming first. So there is no way for white to make any progress in this line as well. Hence, it is evident that the answer lies in the move b3. There are two very important points here. One is the line b4. When c4 is forced, we will note that as compared to previous line, black is not having the move b3 here, and he can try to take the opposition. This happens to be one of the main lines. First, black can set a trap by playing king a5. Now we see that if king a7 or b7, then it's a stalemate. So white has to play kb8, and now black gets the opposition with the move kb6. So here also it looks like white will not be able to make progress, because if he pushes the c pawn untimely, king will just take the c pawn. So white has to go for kc8, kc6, kd8, kd6, ke8, ke6, king f8, kf6. Still we see that the king is very much into the square of the c pawn. So as I told you many times, the study positions have unique kind of solutions. So what happens here? kg8, kg6 and king h8, trying to take benefit of the protected pass pawn, and we see that if king moves to h6, then after c5, this is the magic square of the pawn, the king will be out of that square. So this forces black to leave the opposition, leave the king, white's king, alone. So after king f6, king h7, he can go king e6 or e5, kg6, and again if he tries to take this opposition, same maneuver by white. White just brings his king down, because after a point black cannot play his king to e3 now, because after ke3 there will be c5, king goes out of the winning zone. And in any line, if he tries to play kd4, kf4, kc3, c5, kb3, c6, king a2, c7, b3, pawn becomes queen, and we know that queen versus pawn on 7th rank, this pawn is the knight pawn. So for knight pawn and the center pawns, the queen wins very easily. We can force the king on b1 and get our king closer. You can check out my lessons based on queen versus pawn on 7th rank. There I have covered this in detail. So white wins. And finally, after b3, king a6, white can play kb8, kb6, first force black to take the opposition and then play the move b4, snatching the opposition, and this time the white king will penetrate and grab the b pawn. For instance, after ka6, kc7, ka7, kc6, ka6, kc5, and the pawn is lost. Similar is kc6, king a7, king c7, ka6, kc6, king a5. Again the b pawn is lost. White is using the single pawn move, which is a very typical technique for king and pawn endgames. I hope you are finding these lessons useful. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.